All right, we just listened to the official album version of End of Time by Gates of Paradox.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, from their self-titled album scheduled to be released December 20th.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Can't
so
wait.
excited.
Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas.
Yep.
And it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is so awesome.
It is.
And we have a very special episode ahead of us today.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sit down with the Gates of Paradox guys.
Yep.
And chat with them about the album, obviously, and who they are behind the scenes and what their music means to them.
Absolutely. Shall we get to it?
Yes, we
All right.
shall.
It's gravy time. So we're excited to have our last very special guest in our studio before we move.
Yes. It's an ending of a chapter for us and a beginning of a chapter for our lovely folks of Gates of Paradox.
Yes.
Woo! Hello.
So if you would introduce yourselves and say what you do in the band.
Hey, my name is Zane. I play guitar in Gates of Paradox.
And I'm Dan Parker from Gates of Paradox, the vocalist.
I'm Eddy, also from Gates of Paradox. Other guitar.
Other guitar.
Other guy playing guitar.
So we absolutely love the demo, and we've been anxiously awaiting the release of the self-titled full-length album, and it's almost here. We're really excited to talk to you. And can we start with the recording process? I think, Zane, you recorded and produced the album?
Yes, I did. It was a very difficult process, a lot of pain, a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, but yeah, putting everything in your own hands, you can really make things sound exactly as I want them and how the band wants them. They're not in the hands of someone else who doesn't really know what we want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So are you the knight in the high tower?
I am a knight in the high tower.
That's your studio?
Yeah, I call it the knight in the high tower because my parents lived on a street called Hightower Way, and that's where it all started. Because we recorded the drums in my parents' basement, like winter of around 2017. It was a while ago, and yeah, annoyed my family and all my cats, and, banging away in the drums. And then after we recorded drums and all the editing and stuff, we moved the studio to Dan Parker's house.
Yep.
And then we annoyed Dan's family.
Yes, my family were okay with it though. They're both metalheads. My parents are both, grow up from different, parts of the types of metal spectrum, I guess, and old music, classic stuff. My father's into a lot of older stuff. My mother's more into newer stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I grew up around metalheads, and I've been a metalhead my whole entire life, and yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
I like that. Nice.
Very nice.
Just to add into this, though, my parents have always really dealt with me being loud in the house since I was a younger kid. So there's been a lot of abuse over the years, with being loud in the house and stuff, I guess you could say. But yeah.
Yeah, and we in the attic of Dan's house, there's this little corridor where we hid the amp. We ran some cables into the corridor for the guitar recordings, and that was a long and stressful process, but
Move it one.
So are you guys recording like software based? Analog, digital?
yeah, pretty much all just microphone to interface to computer. Yeah,
What do you use, like Pro Tools or?
I've been using Reaper.
Oh, really? Well,
Can pretty much do
that's what
most
I'm
of
using right
everything.
now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love Reaper.
Yeah, it pretty much does most of everything that Pro Tools does.
Yeah. I tried Pro Tools a while ago, like years ago, and I hated how everything was proprietary and like every plugin you had to pay for, and and like you couldn't use certain interfaces with it. But
and Reaper, it has a really good way of organizing tracks too to make sure everything is
I love Reaper.
looking nice.
Nice.
Color code everything.
Mm-hmm. Got ya.
So when and how did Gates of Paradox come about?
Yeah, it was mainly Dan and I.
Dan and me. No, I'm joking.
Dan and Dan.
We both of us met at MCC.
Yes. You want me to say the story?
You can say a bit of a story. Yeah, go
Yeah,
for
I
it.
can say it better.
Storyteller.
So yeah, I met Zane a year before we went to MCC. What year was that, by the way?
I don't remember.
Yeah, 2012, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
I met Zane at a show when he was in a band, his old band called Battle Beneath, opening up for Love and Death from Brian Head Welch from Korn. That's where me and him met through some Christian buddies. And then, then we eventually met each other again in MCC in a guitar class we were both taking. And he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, I think I know you." And I'm like, "I think I know you too, man." You know? Yeah. Made it awkward for him when I was talking to him. But we ever since that day, we always we're playing guitar together, and we kind of bonded and grew attached, I guess, like a marriage.
Yeah, I will say though, one of the first things I noticed when I met him was just that his voice and the way he sings. Like I've never met anyone who can do what he does with his voice. And then when we met and then we talked about guitar stuff, and he would always say, "Man, you got to meet my friend Eddy. You guys would get along so good." And
For the longest time too, for like a couple years, right?
yeah, and then I kind of brushed it off. I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
And at the time, we had a guitar player. I won't mention his name, I guess.
Who wasn't really pulling his weight, and we never wrote any songs, and the vibe wasn't there.
Yeah, it was just started off like a project, I guess, and then it eventually bloomed. But then we eventually met our old bass player, Josh Alonzo. And then him and the guitar player at the time were kind of feuding between each other, kind of, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so then
Things didn't work out between them two, so basically Josh stayed and the other left willingly. On good terms, I guess.
yeah, and then actually Josh left after that too.
Josh eventually left shortly, about not even half a year at all.
Because we weren't really doing anything at the time. We didn't have any songs.
Yeah.
And then,
And then we brought this boy over here, Eddy DiGiulio, on guitar, and finally brought him into the band, and the rest is history, kind of.
And it's funny because on the first day we gathered with Eddy, we wrote like half of End of Time.
No, we wrote. Yes. Yes, you're right. But then we eventually wrote the whole song, recorded it, demoed it, and then we went to a show. What show was that there, Zane? Me and you went to.
It might have been Immolation. Wait,
Was it the Immolation show at Montage?
it might have been Immolation.
I think it might have been Immolation.
And then we saw Josh there, and we played the demo for him, and he's just like, "Well, I guess I gotta join this band again."
Yeah, basically. At the time, we didn't really have a name yet either, and I came up with it with Josh Alonzo. Josh was always fooling around with the band name Paradox, and I was like, "There's already a band called Paradox," and then I came out of nowhere. I was like, "Gates of Paradox,"
Yeah.
and that's when
Just like,
the name was born.
Eddie, did you have to do something with the name too, or I can't remember?
no, I just was like, that's really cool.
That was
I like that. Gates
The
of Paradox?
approval, yeah.
We
think
went
it was
through
Gates
like
2
so
Paradox.
many band names, so many freaking band names.
Yeah.
Like,
That was the hardest part.
that was the hardest part.
Hands
Like, we
down.
couldn't
It's like,
figure
what
out
the fuck
who
are we
the
gonna
fuck
be
are
called?
we? Like, who the fuck are we?
It's a big deal. A band name is a big deal.
It needed
First
to be
thing you
something
see.
catchy, something that that pops out into the people's eyes. It's just like, wow,
That is a good name.
reaches out.
It's got a nice ring to it.
I also think it's worth mentioning with the formation of the band. We kind of formed it in opposition to the way that the Rochester music scene was going. There's a lot of death metal, a lot of like slamming, drop tune stuff.
Black metal.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
We
but,
love all that music.
but there's not really anyone doing what we were trying to do.
Yeah. We
we're
are
trying to
the
fill the
power
void.
metal.
Yeah. You guys do really stand out.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That's
So
the goal.
I don't.
Thank you.
I don't remember. Did I ever tell that story on air? about the first time I saw them play?
I think so, but you should tell it again.
So it was the Udo show.
Ah.
Oh yeah, that was a good
Pleasurable
one.
show for sure.
Oh, it was an amazing show all the way around.
Yeah.
But it was him and our friend Durr and I, and it was over at the Montage.
Durr
So
Commissar.
obviously we walked over there, and you guys had just started your set when we walked through the doors. And my favorite kind of music is like what you guys do, power metal.
Oh hell yeah.
So when I heard Danny boy,
Yes, yes, yes.
Anymore.
Both go.
I left those two in the dust. Like, he had to pay for my ticket. Like, I didn't even get a wristband. Like, I walked right to like center stage. I was so excited.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. And we've been to like every single one of your shows ever since.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, thank you.
Very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
honored to have you guys. Yes.
Yeah.
We're honored.
Yeah.
We're honored.
This is kind of a
hosting us.
big deal. I think
Yeah.
that's why I'm like so nervous, because like I do like fangirl at shows over you guys. You like the way you two like sync your guitars.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And then Danny's
thank you.
voice.
Yeah.
A match made in heaven.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
are all super, super talented.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Eddy doesn't get enough credit with his guitar work.
Yeah,
Because
he does.
something
I don't really talk much.
something that he's really done since we started this band together is he writes these crazy riffs that I can't play, and then I have to learn them, and then I write these like soloish stuff that he has a hard time playing, and then so basically we push each other to do things
Yeah,
that
for
we
sure.
can't normally do on our own. So it's
That's cool.
They learn
New
off each other
plateaus.
sometimes, you know.
That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good dynamic to have, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I've foreseen that. I was just waiting for them to get together.
I didn't believe him, but well, it happened.
So you two met in 2012, you said, right?
Around
And
that
then
time, yeah.
your first demo didn't come out until 2016. Is that right?
I think, well, we didn't actually write any songs for Gates of Paradox we didn't start until 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a good segue to talk about those demos, right? What was the first one? Was the first one End of Time?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's my favorite song.
Awesome.
It's
It's my favorite too.
It's a
Time
hit.
is it?
Yeah, the intro riff I had for that song I wrote years ago with my previous band, and I showed it to them, and they're not really metal fans. It was kind of more an alternative rock thing, and I showed them the riff, and they're just kind of like, "Oh, that's cool. let's write something else now."
Wow. Well, shame on them.
yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to those guys, but
Yeah, well, it's all love.
yeah, but we just weren't on the same page musically.
Yeah.
It is a great song.
It is. So who do all three of you write?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So what is your like creative process for that? How do you guys make it all work at the end of the day?
Oh, well, we kind of brainstorm sometimes, and there's a lot of stuff me and Eddy work on together, to be honest, lyrically.
Over Facebook and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
we go through Facebook stuff. You know, we just say
Send
a lot
each
of
other
stuff.
audio messages.
Yeah,
If we write a
audio
riff
messages.
or something.
Yeah, for riffs and stuff, audio messages and stuff.
And then once we have enough song parts together, what we'll usually do is I'll map out a click track in Reaper, and then we'll record all our guitar parts in a line, start to finish of the song. And then we'll plan out some vocal stuff, and Dan will sing over it and demo.
I come up with a lot of
Snappy
the
demo.
catchy melodies stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll have our bass player learn it after that. Josh Schufeld.
He loves shoes.
Other Josh. We have two
Oh,
Joshes.
yeah, we have
New Josh?
we have our newer Josh. Well, he's not that new, but
He's the new
Second
one.
Josh.
yes,
Yeah.
And then Kenny's on drums though, right?
yes,
Okay.
and Kenny's on drums for the
Well, for
album
the-
as
yeah.
well.
Kenny's on drums for the album, but he's not. Right now, we have Alex Zillow in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like a new drummer since then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our previous drummer, Kenny, he was in the band up until, what was it, like 2018?
Yeah.
And then he moved to Arizona to go to grad school, I believe. He's
Oh, that's cool.
a mathematician.
Yeah. He's going to become a math teacher, I guess.
Yes, and he's a beautiful vegan.
Riding bikes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Eddy.
Hmm.
I mentioned you're like a huge mystery, not only to us, but I think everyone in the metal scene.
Yeah.
Because like you just,
Disappear.
rip on a guitar and then like slowly ride off into the night.
Slither away.
Yeah. So
My
what do
plan.
you do when you're not practicing, recording? Like, what's your day job?
I work at Wegmans
Cool.
in a deli.
That's cool. How long have you been there?
Like a year or something like that.
That's cool. Do you like it?
That's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Hands next to a blade all day. Kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like right there.
That's where attention to detail matters.
Yeah, I guess gotta really pay attention.
What are some of your hobbies?
I play video games, like mess around with Photoshop and stuff like that. Yeah. Kind of boring, I guess.
That's not boring.
Yeah, Eddie was the
I
one
really do
who
much.
designed the booklet for our CD. So
Yeah.
if you want to see his Photoshop skills, just check out the CD. And
Yeah, that's cool. That's not boring at all.
I guess. I mean,
Very cool.
yeah.
So who did your album artwork?
The artist we got to do it was Felipe Franco, and that's the guy who did some artwork for Blind Guardian, Iced Earth, and Rhapsody. Like the Blind Guardians at the Edge of Time was done by Felipe Franco. Very talented guy.
Iron Savior, Baze Bailey from Iron Maiden. Yeah, the list goes on.
Yes.
Very cool.
Thank you, Felipe.
And then Eddie did the artwork on the actual CD, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Did that.
And he threw all the booklets together with the lyrics and everything and all the pictures.
Yep, which was also done by Abby, his girlfriend.
She took the pictures, yeah. We basically set out to make something that we would want to see from another band. Something that we would always want to have, musically and physically.
And it's just so unique, nothing like this coming out of the metal scene here in Rochester. It's everybody's doing the same stuff, so we like being out of that box.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Danny, what do you do for a day job?
I don't work. Well, I do some side work stuff with a buddy of mine. It's kind of like winter, like shoveling stuff and tree work in the summertime, kind of. It's under the table stuff. But other than that, I like to live life, spend time with the gal, with the family. Yeah, I mean, I watch movies, documentaries on stuff. I'm a big sci-fi guy. Yeah. Somewhat nerdy. These guys are more nerds than I am. They play video games and shit. I mean, I play video games sometimes, but yeah.
Who likes the documentaries? Is that you?
Yeah, me. I like documentary, like conspiracy stuff,
Okay.
Alien stuff.
That's cool.
Don't get him started on that.
Don't get me started on the whole.
Become a whole different thing now.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Are we about to go into like the fifth dimension of
A lot of conspiracies.
Welcome to my portal.
I'm addicted to true crime.
Yeah.
And I think that freaks him out a little
A
bit.
little, yeah.
Because I fall asleep to like creepy
Yeah.
murder
Yeah.
mysteries.
They come
It's interesting stuff.
How to commit a perfect murder.
Have you guys seen the Paradise Lost documentaries?
I think I might have seen that. I don't know. I can't really recall it fully, but it sounds familiar.
It was HBO made them, and it was about the West Memphis 3. They were like falsely accused of killing these kids. Really, really, really good documentary.
I have to check
Okay.
that out.
They were actually sitting on death row and they were released.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and now he's in New York City.
Yeah.
He's like a poet and a writer, very successful. Yeah, so if you
Yeah,
like
check that out.
documentaries, if you like documentaries,
Yeah.
it's,
Oh yeah, I
it's
like
pretty
all
wild.
sorts of stuff.
Is it on like
All sorts
Netflix
of
or
stuff.
something like that?
I think it's definitely on HBO.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. It's
I don't
there
know.
once in a while, but I don't think it is right now.
Yeah, it pops like in and out. It's old.
Yeah.
And he has a bunch of books and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really
It has
fascinating.
a Metallica soundtrack.
Okay.
Yeah, Metallica was actually
Very
one of
nice.
their supporters.
Yeah.
All right, Zane, what's your day
Yes.
job?
I work right now at Rochester Regional Health. I'm a billing associate. It's kind of boring, but it's my job to make sure that insurance companies pay the bills.
Billing ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds a little dry.
But if I'm not taking phone calls, I'm listening to music, while doing my job or watching podcasts and stuff. So
Well, that's cool.
it makes work bearable.
Yeah. How long have you been there?
About 6 months now.
Do you think you're gonna make a career out of it, or?
I don't know. It's holding it down for now.
Yeah.
I do some recording work on the side, and I'd really like to make that full time. But I gotta make a name for myself first.
I'm actually quite surprised to hear that like you aren't doing audio as your day job.
Yeah, I've applied to a bunch of places, but it's kind of hard to get into that field. It's a full-time job. 'Cause
Yeah.
Right now, it's just gotta have something to pay the bills.
That's what.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
that's what you went to school for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
What did you go to school for, Danny?
I didn't really go to school for anything.
It was like a liberal arts kind of
I just
deal.
really loved learning. And I'm very big on reading a lot of stuff. I like reading so much stuff. I just knowledge sponge, I guess. You know, I like taking a bunch of shit and thinking about it. No, I didn't really have a full set goal in school. I just wanted to learn whatever I can get my hands on. But music was my big priority in my entire life, pretty much. It's been a strong field inside my heart. Like, yeah, music's my everything, my life.
Your parents have been supportive of your music?
Yeah, they are very supportive. I mean, there's been a lot of bad times growing up, I remember. You know, a lot of yelling in the house and stuff, you know, especially with my grandfather. Yeah, rest his soul. And, yeah, I mean, yeah, been very into the music, you know, just it's part of my life, I guess, my soul, man.
Very cool. I think we can all relate with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it helps me relate, you know, cope with stuff and, you know, life.
Yeah.
You know, I do battle with depression and stuff, but, you know, one day at a time. You know?
But also, I believe that you can't make music unless you're at least somewhat depressed.
Makes the
That's
best
true.
kind.
I feel that.
Dissonance was a great track for that.
So what do you, like, collectively as a band, what do you guys kind of cite as your influences?
We between us three, well, like between the whole band, we all got a lot of taste in music. Zane's into a lot of black metal stuff. I'm into a lot of thrash and power metal, old school traditional stuff.
I like a lot of the classic power metal too, like your Halloween, Gamma Ray, early Advantageous, Not Arctica.
Yeah, King Diamond
Jack
for
Panther.
me.
Oh yeah.
Some Iron Maiden, you know, Primal Fear, stuff like that.
Megadeth.
Eddy's over here. He's more like into like Megadeth, thrashy stuff, I guess.
A lot of instrumental stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jason Becker or Marty Friedman?
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Marty
No,
Friedman's
you got
my
to pick.
favorite.
You got to pick one.
Oh, I can't choose. maybe Marty. Marty a little bit.
All right. All right.
Yeah. Got that
Fine.
bendiness.
Me and Zane met Chris Poland though
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
at the House Guitars.
Yeah, nice dude.
Bastards. I couldn't go. I had
Yeah.
to play a show.
I'm pretty much into any European kind of metal though.
Yeah, and I'm pretty open ear to a lot of music as well.
Do you guys listen to anything other than metal? I'm guessing yes.
Oh, you just stole my question.
Yeah.
I know me personally.
Classical stuff. And
I really like some soundtrack music too, like some video game soundtrack like Chrono Trigger, and then
Mario and shit.
I also like Studio Ghibli, the
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
Hisaishi. That composer writes some beautiful music that I like too.
yes.
What about you, Eddie?
Video game music, I guess.
Video game
old,
music.
Old school video game music. Little 8-bit.
8-bit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like Mega Man and shit like
Nice.
that. You know?
That's
Final
cool.
Fantasy games.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
They all have great
Fantasy.
soundtracks.
Some of that shit's really catchy.
Yeah, they get stuck in your head. Like at work,
Yeah.
all day. Fucking drive you.
And sometimes there's nothing more metal than like the castle theme in the Mario games.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So back to documentaries. Did you see Eddie Jason Becker's documentary?
No.
Life
I have.
changing.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
You have to see it. It literally touches like the inside of your soul.
What's it called?
Like
Yeah.
what is it called?
Not dead yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Never thought of the documentary though. Antiquity.
See,
I'll probably cry if I watch it.
No, you will absolutely cry, but you will have a totally different outlook on life. I promise you.
And next time I ask you, you'll say Jason Becker.
Okay.
You'll be like,
Yes,
Marty who?
You will. Yeah. Jason Becker is my favorite, hands down.
What's it? Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely watch
Yeah,
that.
it's really good.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah. Okay, Zane.
Yes.
If you could world tour with
Yeah.
one band, who would it be?
Iron Maiden. I mean, kind of. I mean, that they're like.
Yeah.
How can you beat that? Iron Maiden.
Your Pilot Blues.
If not, probably like a big power metal band like Halloween
Yep. I could see
or Blind
that.
Guardian.
I want to open up for King.
That would be sick too.
King Diamond. That would be
Yeah.
amazing. Iron Maiden, King Diamond.
Some Priest.
There you go.
Little dream
Wow.
show.
Super tour.
We gotta make it happen now.
I mean,
Please.
at least we got to open up for Grim Reaper. That was a dream come true for me.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
Udo.
cool. Yeah.
Yes, and Udo.
That really was a fantastic show.
But Steve Grimmett, though. One of my all-time favorite inspirations is Steve Grimmett, for sure.
Was that here?
Yeah, that was at the Buddha Pub.
Oh, yeah. I remember when
Yeah.
they came. We didn't see that show, but.
No.
And that was when he had 2 legs. He only has 1 now.
Oh,
Yeah, he
shit.
shortly lost it right after.
Oh shit.
It's very sad.
A rare show.
Diabetes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that.
I'm not sure what to say.
I know.
So sad. Thanks, Danny.
Sad.
Fucking sad.
How about you, Eddie? Who would you world tour
I'd
with?
probably go with what Zane said.
Yeah, Iron Maiden.
Yeah, that'd be
Did-
sick as fuck.
Did all of you go to that show?
No, I'm.
Oh, the one in Buffalo?
Yeah.
I hate
One of the
myself.
best shows I've seen in my entire life.
I was telling her that I saw them for Brave New World in, I think, whenever that came out. 2099, somewhere back then. But, like, they were way better now than then.
Oh, damn.
And they're in their 60s now. It's, like, it's fucking incredible.
Still running around and jumping.
Yeah.
And Bruce is like
Weird
flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had, what was it?
Grabbing his crotch.
Tongue cancer or something like that?
Yeah.
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 He just, yeah.
Sad. Very sad.
No, he kicked it.
I was just messing with you.
Okay, so we talked, Zane, about how you produced, mixed, engineered.
Yes.
So you guys are obviously unsigned, and I'm getting the impression that that is on purpose.
To some degree.
Yeah, some degree.
Like, if you got the right, I'm sorry. If you got the right,
Yeah.
proposal.
Yeah, if we got the right proposal, we would take it.
Yeah.
Because, like, when we put the demo up, we got some offers, but a lot of them were like, pay us a certain amount of money and we'll do this. And it's just like, how about for free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay us.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you want to know what not to do, listen to our Gord interview with Pile Driver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was robbed.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Twice he was robbed.
Yeah.
Damn.
So what would what would entice you to sign with a label? Like, what would it take?
Free stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Manufacture our CDs for free and get some free shirts or something. Something that we don't have to pay for that gets us a little bit more exposure, but we still have creative control.
So would you give up the rights to your music?
No.
Don't do it.
It depends on the deal, I guess.
Tell our children.
That actually surprises me. Like, not to be judgy, but
Yeah.
How passionate you guys are about your music,
Yeah.
how good you are, and especially the fact that, like, you produced it, mixed it, so, like, it's very near and dear to your heart.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I think I'm kind of surprised to hear you say that you would give up rights to your music.
It depends on the terms of the contract. Like, if it was just how they handle the money, but we still have the rights to do everything that we want to do and have it our way, that would be fine. But I don't know. It really depends on what it would be.
Yeah. I get
Money.
it.
I got a question for you. For Zane.
Yes.
maybe the rest of you. So when you're recording the music,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure all of you are listening to it a lot of times, but I'm guessing Zane a little more than... No?
No.
Okay. Do you...
Between the Triforce right here, yeah, we're pretty much always listening, judging our work, I guess. Critiquing ourselves.
Do you hear the songs so many times that you're like, I fucking hate these songs?
Fuck these songs. I'm done.
Playing them wise for, 4 years now, kind of, yeah. But
Honestly, in the heat of the moment, sometimes, but like, to be completely honest, I'm not sick of hearing these songs, even though I've heard them 1,000 times. I can't say that about other bands I've been in the past, but this is the first one that I felt like I've actually enjoy every single thing that we output.
Yeah, there's no meh moments.
There's nothing that
like-
I listen back and say, I wish this was different, because I really just like everything.
That's great, yeah.
we enjoy it.
I know, so not to compare, like, anything I've done is not even close to comparable to what you guys do, but, like, when I'd record in the past, I would hear the music, and I'd be trying to mix it, and my ears would get fatigued, and I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? I hate it. Fucking garbage.
Yeah. There have been a couple of those moments where it's just, you feel like you're polishing a turd. And then at that point, you just have to walk away and come back a different day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not as bad as you thought it was. And
Yeah.
there's other days where it's like, scrap all the guitars in that track and do it again.
Re-record.
Well, we've never heard any turds from you guys.
Yeah, no, not even close.
Well, that's good. We made sure that there's no turds on the album for the most
Tried
part.
at least.
Yeah. Maybe someone else who doesn't like this music will think it's turds.
That's cheesy.
As far as our own words, as far as our own ears can tell, we like everything.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Very nice.
Very cool. What do you guys see for the future of the band? Are you, like, what if you did get the opportunity, like, get a big record deal signed? If you were going to tour the world, would that be on the, is that something you guys would be interested in?
I would love to do that.
If I could still pay my rent and also do this, and not
If I could,
If I could have no worries doing what I love, I'm happy.
yeah.
if I could find a way to quit my day job and survive and make music for a living, I would do it in a heartbeat.
I like that.
So you guys are open to like touring and traveling.
Definitely. I
definitely.
want to
Sick.
sightsee.
Yeah, with like.
What's wrong with
current-
Rochester?
Nothing.
I love Rochester, but I mean, I like to get out, see.
Love
different things,
Rochester.
Yeah, definitely.
So, coincidentally, the show we're dropping tomorrow, is this where you were going? Is kind of a little promo clip for a power thrash heavy metal fest, 3-day fest in North Carolina called Rapid Fire Fest. And we think you guys would fit in so well there. So we would like to see you play there next year.
Yeah, if it's possible, it'd be cool. Go on a little road trip.
Paladin is actually playing. Axe Attack, a bunch of
Twisted
stuff.
Tower Dire.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Bunch of, yeah. So
Voltage,
Yeah.
Stunner.
it's there's like a thrash day, I think, and then there's a power metal kind of day,
Yeah.
and like heavy metal mixed in all 3 days. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. We're gonna go next year, but we're jealous we're not gonna be
Yeah.
making it this year.
But we think you guys would fit in
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
I'd definitely be down if we can
Yeah.
get there.
Road trip.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. Take out some vacation time.
All right. Zane, do you want to talk about, you have a project outside of Gates of Paradox, right?
2 projects.
We don't understand how you guys juggle all of this.
I don't understand it either.
Like, do you sleep?
Sometimes.
I don't. All right. Anyways, let's talk about your projects.
So there's Eternal Crypt, which is kind of like a solo project, which Eddy is also in.
Just to fill in for shows. I didn't write anything.
Have you guys ever seen that band?
We've played you on the podcast, but I don't know that I've
Okay,
seen
that's
you
right.
live in that band.
No.
We've only played 2 shows. One was for our CD release, and then the other one was for Tyranitar's CD release. that's kind of like a passion project of mine. Everyone's always busy though, so it's like impossible to get shows.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Suggest
for
like
that,
6.
yeah, for that band, I write all the music and stuff, and then I'm also in a band called Acrolasia, which is sort of like an avant-garde black metal, like sort of experimental thing. That's pretty wacky. We've started recording an album, so that should be cool. Don't know when that's going to be underway, but I'm pretty excited.
Were you in that band from the onset?
Acrolasia.
Yeah.
They used to be called Nazgul, and they were a more like straight up symphonic black metal band. And then they rebranded and wanted to go a more experimental route. And yeah, I joined when they were called Nazgul, and we played a couple shows, and then we rebranded and lost the old songs and started writing some new songs, and it's been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. No, don't they have an album out already?
Nazgul has a couple albums out.
Not Acrolasia?
No,
Really?
we have a demo.
Oh, it's a demo.
Like a one-song demo.
Very cool. That was a great show, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, we need a keyboard player, so if there's any keyboard players that want to play for Acrolasia, then please reach out to us.
Step up.
Danny, you should learn how to play keyboards. No.
No.
So we kind of touched on the guitars.
Mhm.
How often do you two, Zane and Eddy, practice together?
Sundays.
Yeah, once a week, Sundays.
Oh, are we cutting into your practice time right now?
No, we just came from
Oh,
practice.
okay. All right, good. So you practice once a week.
Yeah, once a week on Sunday afternoons.
And then how often do you play the guitar, Eddy, outside of practice? Yeah.
I've been kind of lazy lately. I don't know. Maybe once a week, twice a week.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Sometimes I play 4 days straight, and sometimes I won't play for a week.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, when you're playing on stage, it looks like that's all you do is play your guitar. So
I guess I'm just
that's-
a good procrastinator then.
Okay, Danny, I have a very, very important question for you.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yes. I guess.
You're positive.
I guess. Yes.
Is cereal soup?
Cereal soup? If you add water.
It's cold
It is.
soup.
All right. It's been
All right.
been settled.
I thought about that.
It's
That's
soup.
crazy.
Cereal is soup.
Next question. What color is blue?
It's green.
All right. You passed.
Green.
Eddy, is there anything that you want to talk about?
I don't know.
No?
Can't think of anything off the top of my head.
So where do you go after a show?
Home.
Like you just
Yeah, I just
pack
go
up
home.
and...
Or the back of the venue, chilling
Yeah,
with
just
me.
chill outside. I don't know.
So why don't
Fair.
you hang out? Are you
I don't know. I be around a lot of people, I guess,
Okay.
at once.
Yeah, we can relate.
Yeah.
We get it.
He's got a Clark Kent Superman thing. He's on stage, he's like Superman, and then he gets off stage, he puts his hair in the ponytail, and he puts his glasses back on, and no
100%.
one knows who he is.
That's true
Yeah,
as fuck.
yeah.
Who are you again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oops. It's pretty cool, I guess.
Danny, you're out in the scene quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been in the scene since I was a young boy.
Do you have a favorite local?
Local scene?
Yeah.
Bug Jar.
Our
Yes.
local band.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going for
favorite-
band, but we love the Bug Jar too.
Yeah. Well, I got to plug in Oz and Steve, man.
Yeah.
Good dudes. Love
Yeah.
those guys. They got us started in the Rochester metal scene, so yeah.
Yeah, Oz is a huge, and Steve, both of them are huge staples in our
Yes,
metal community.
Definitely for sure.
Yeah.
But favorite local band?
Yeah.
Oh, Caligon was my shit for a while.
Oh, you ain't lying.
You guys got to come the fuck back.
Yeah.
But I've been enjoying Halothane. You know, I'm very big supportive for all the local metal bands here in Rochester. I try to make it out as many shows as I can, like 3-4 shows a month at least. You know, can only do so much, but
We always see you at shows.
Yeah.
we always see you guys. Yeah, yes. Zane's pretty much in the metal scene from time to time.
Yeah, we see you out and about.
I get around sometimes when I'm not too busy.
So your girlfriend is at shows sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Does she like metal?
Oh yeah. She's a lot more into like black metal and death metal. I like that stuff too, but she's like heavily into that stuff.
That's cool.
And she's into Iceland she's studying in Iceland right now, and there's a lot of people who like black metal in Iceland. A lot of great black metal bands.
There's
over
like a
there,
big
too.
black metal scene there.
Oh yeah.
That's very impressive, I think.
She might not come home.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
She'll join a band, the black metal band.
That'd be cool.
And then you guys can go tour in Iceland.
Yeah.
Stay away forever.
All right, so let's talk about your release show. So, Fatal Curse,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Christ,
Yes.
and Gutted Alive.
Fuck yes.
So this couldn't be a better lineup for us.
Yeah.
Like,
We love all these bands.
yeah, fantastic. But it's very dynamic. So talk about how you guys kind of came up with your lineup for your release show.
That was kind of me.
It was a Denny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of handle all the show stuff, and I go back and forth with the guys.
And we wanted to have a lineup with a band like Gutted Alive too, that would bring people that wouldn't normally come to a power metal show.
Yeah.
Get a wider variety of people.
Yeah, they're all our brothers. Yeah, they're good dudes. They got Alive and Fatal Curse, and we're still new to Christ, but I figured, add a new band that we haven't played live with before, so I'm happy to have them. Stoked. It's going to be a good show,
Yeah,
for
very
sure.
cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I like your thought process around bringing, like, Gutted Alive, because I think a lot of fans of Gutted Alive wouldn't necessarily go see a power metal band.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we would. Yeah, there's
and
people out there, but I'm just saying, like, that was kind of smart of you guys to bring in, like, a new audience.
Yeah.
I like diverse shows, kind of, you know what I mean? I also like non-diverse shirt, but like...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, I grew up on a lot of death metal stuff, and Gutted Alive has been my favorite death metal local to go to, I guess you could say. Good dudes.
Yeah, thinking about local black and death metal though. R.I.P. to Nocturnal Hellstorm. I miss them.
Yeah.
I really miss them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who's better, Paul Gilbert or Vinnie Moore?
I mean, I'm
just bullshitting at this point.
I have more of a connection to Paul Gilbert with just listening to his music more, I guess.
Yeah. I like Paul too, but I do like Vinnie.
Yeah. All good.
Do any of you have a band that was like your gateway into metal?
For me, I know you motherfuckers aren't gonna like this, but for me, it was Kiss.
How dare you?
Interview's over.
Kill the mics.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, that's cool.
Kiss is actually a really good band.
Yeah.
They're just very commercialized.
Very business oriented.
Yes. Yeah.
That and the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
The Beatles are like really metal.
Super. Well, I mean, I grew up on a lot of stuff, so I'm very open-eared. Probably the most open-eared in the band.
Yeah, for sure. With everything. Like
Which? Oh, we already talked about your go-to. Your thrashy, Megadeth, Anthrax.
Yeah, I like Overkill.
Did you see them when they were here?
No, I miss a lot of shows. I don't really go out very often.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty boring.
That's all right. Zane, you didn't tell us your gateway, did you?
Growing up, I didn't have access to a lot of music, so in my single, when I was like 10 and 11, I kind of got roped into some emo music that I'm not very proud of. But then when I was in high school, about 14, my gateway was Guns N' Roses and Metallica.
Yeah.
And then that kind of morphed into Iron Maiden, and Judas Priest, starting out with the classics, which then morphed into power metal and death metal and
A lot of the 70s, 80s. That's pretty much what I grew up on the most.
Classic rock.
Some classic stuff.
So, Danny, did you grow up with a lot of hair metal? Cinderella,
Yes.
Poison.
Yes. I love my hair metal stuff. I'm not afraid to say that.
Boy, do we have a festival for
Yeah.
you.
I love Rat. I love Molly Crew. Not too big on Poison, but I've seen them all.
What about Vane?
Yes,
All right.
they're amazing as
All
well.
right.
They're one of my favorite
All right,
bands.
you can stay.
Yes. I like a lot Cinderella stuff. Yeah.
Tesla.
Steelheart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tesla. Dawkins.
Skid Row.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep, Skid Row. Oh, big fucking Skid Row fan over here. Sebastian Bach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we love our hair metal. I don't think we talk about it a lot,
No.
but we definitely love
Yeah.
our hair
And
metal.
I just grew up, watching the MTV back when I was a little kid, just watching all the hair metal bands, just even the death metal bands, everything, just headbang.
Yeah.
It's all hair bands. You know what I mean? In my eyes.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Pantera was a hair metal band?
Yes.
I like talking about that because I know Phil and Samo hates that.
I preferred it, to be honest.
They're better.
It was. I
Yeah.
mean, there's some good. I like Pantera, but I'm not too openly big on them like a lot. Like a lot of other people. But I definitely respect Dimebag Darrell and definitely love Vinnie Paul.
Yeah.
As well.
I will say that no matter how you feel about the band and their music, you try to record your guitar tracks as tight as Dimebag did. Double track those on tape. You try to get those as tight. No one can.
Yeah.
They definitely made a huge mark in
Yeah.
the music world. Yeah.
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 Have you guys heard Phil's Scour project?
No.
Interesting.
It's worth checking
yeah.
out.
Heard of Down and Super Joint Ritual.
Oh, I think he has like 50 million
Yeah.
projects, but
Probably.
I was
Yeah.
very big on Super Joint Ritual back in the day.
We saw him with Scour at the Maryland Death Fest this past year, and it's interesting. Like, I didn't realize he could do those kind of vocals. It's like I don't know what do you call it, like a fast black death
I wonder if
metal.
you could still hit those highs.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I would just still like to just see him perform, like sing some high pitched stuff. Like again, it's been years since he's done it, but like I would just be interested in seeing that happen for once.
We didn't see any of that when we saw him with the Illegals.
No.
Bring it back.
Yeah, even if you see like the old, if you see him like try to sing "Cowboys from Hell" at Ozfest, I think was the live video I saw. He can't even hit like the notes in that song, and that even isn't that high compared to some of the other songs.
Yeah.
Good luck to his voice, R.I.P.
Have you guys heard the new King Diamond track?
Yes.
Fuck
You like it?
yes.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was just saying earlier that a lot of times when old bands record new songs, you could tell it's an old band playing a new song, but it still felt fresh.
Yeah.
It had that old school vibe a little bit too, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, hopefully the rest of it's as good.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
We're bummed that we can't see
Yeah.
them.
I know. I'm so freaking jealous just seeing everybody on Facebook just posting their videos and stuff.
Bastards.
Same with the Iron Maiden show that you went to, Zane.
Yeah.
I actually, were you down standing?
No, I was in the bleachers, but like kind of close.
Oh.
Yeah. No, Dan, the Iron Maiden show wasn't that good. Really.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything. Don't worry about it.
I'm lying. It was amazing.
Yeah. Bringing a plane out on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could have seen that.
Bruce flew a real plane into the stage. Fucking landed on the stage without killing anyone. It was amazing.
And then he started fencing.
He was fencing.
Sprung out.
He wrote a children's book.
Was he fencing Eddy?
He actually was.
Oh, actually, he really was.
That did happen.
I forgot about that. All right, what else do you guys want to talk about?
I beat the original Legend of Zelda on the NES this morning. With the original cartridge and the original system.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. How long did it take you?
My roommate and I started it yesterday mornings. We had the day off, and we played it yesterday, and I finished it this morning.
It's pretty cool. My mom will still sit down and beat Super Mario Brothers just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
She knows how to get like the 1,000 lives or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's like a pro. I'm like, Mom, why didn't you answer my call? I was playing Super Mario Brothers.
Good reason.
Question for Eddy and Zane. What age did you both start playing guitar?
14.
14.
Yeah?
Was it you too?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it was start of high school. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's true. Is one of the things that inspired me to play was that video game Guitar Hero.
Really?
When that exploded, because I had a bit of a sheltered upbringing where I wasn't allowed to listen to a lot of outside music. So when I played that game at my friend's house,
Did you grow up in an Amish community?
No, it's very conservative Christian
Okay.
parents.
Pretty cool.
And yeah, it kind of opened my ears up to the world of music and guitar playing, and I'm just like, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for Guitar Hero.
What was the Dragon Force song on that one? Yeah.
Yeah, that it changed my life. Just hearing Dragon Force 2, which opened up the world into power metal, because I got into them and started listening to their stuff, and I listened to like Gamma Ray and Halloween, Blind Guardian. I could go on for hours.
And what about you, Eddy? 14.
I mean, yeah. My mom got me like a AC/DC live CD, and I didn't really listen to rock or anything like that. I was like, oh, dude, this guy's the shit. I gotta learn how to do this. I just got like an acoustic
Nice.
guitar and started fucking
Oh, that's cool.
like a little Epiphone. Crossed out the P, I made it a D. Those Ediphones. Yeah, old days.
I like that.
Pretty cool.
So, Zane, you mentioned that you grew up in a very conservative household. Do your
Yes.
parents kind of support what you do now, or?
They support me now. They did not support my music tastes for years, and I had to there would be points in time when I would bike to the nearest Walmart to buy a Metallica CD and then hide it in my room with my mom.
Gripping your TD tight.
Yeah, but those days are over now, and they respect the music that I play. And my dad has been to one of our shows.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Did I meet him?
I think you did meet him. I don't know if you remembered them.
I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
Blank.
I know his parents. Good people.
yeah, good people.
I love them.
Do you think being sheltered from that stuff, did it make it that much more appealing?
Oh yeah, because it was like a forbidden
Yeah.
fruit that I couldn't
Yeah, yeah.
have. And then, like when I discovered those bands, it was just like a whole world of this wonderful thing that I've never had.
Right?
There's a whole feast.
I want
in
all the
front of me.
fruits.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Danny, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 4 brothers.
Wow.
I'm the oldest.
One of them is Peter Parker.
Yes, I have
His name.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
Shut it.
Are you close with all of your brothers, or?
I guess. I mean, closer as I'm older now.
Yeah.
Yeah. My one of my youngest moved down to Alabama. The rest kind of live around with me.
Do they go to your shows?
None of my family has been to my shows yet, surprisingly, but hopefully that happens soon.
All right.
I'd love them though to be there, I guess,
Yeah.
Well, when you make it big, you're going to have to remember that.
Yes.
Well, they're knocking on your door. Hey.
I mean,
They
my
hear us for
parents,
free,
they've
for
heard me
Sunday.
sing and stuff for all the years growing up, and they hear us jamming upstairs and stuff. So I guess they have
I pay for
free
it.
ticket there
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
But,
Songs
you know,
over and over and over.
yeah, they haven't been to one of our actual shows, but
Have you ever talked to them about it? Like invited
oh
them?
yeah,
or?
well, I mean, Mom wants to go. I know. She might make an appearance for the CD release.
Oh, that would be really
Yeah.
cool.
I'd love to have her there. Who knows what? I mean, it's a little hard because I have a younger brother now. He's 6, I believe. He's 6, or he just turned 7. Yeah. So he's a
Wow.
handful.
Yeah. I can't imagine. How old are you?
28, turning 29 in February.
That is quite a gap.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes.
Brave,
years older.
brave mom that you have.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you had a voice? Like, were you just in your bedroom, like singing along, and you were like, "Oh wow, I can do that"?
At a very young age, I started off playing guitar. Actually, I had been playing guitar longer than both of these guys. I'm not that good compared to them, obviously, but yeah, I started playing guitar when I was like 6 on acoustic, and that evolved to electric in my teens. I got my first electric guitar, Epiphone Junior guitar. That was my first real electric, and yeah, and then eventually, yeah, well, I had always been singing too, but I didn't know where I, was at fully at the time because I was young,
Yeah.
But singing was a very strong, strong point for me, I guess you could say. Grew up singing and growling and screaming, top of my head off.
Did you
Top of my
ever?
lungs.
Did you ever do anything formal? Like, were you in any like choruses or anything like that in school?
No, never have been in a chorus. Nothing musical growing up, really. That until actually middle school. Yeah, I started playing a little bit of keyboard stuff, and then got more into the guitar. Well, I was always into guitar, but I played some keyboard stuff, but I wasn't big on it.
Oh well, I actually know a band that's looking for some keyboards.
I'm not the keyboard guy. Leave me alone. Yeah, I took some lessons. I'm more of a self-taught person on guitar. I come up with some good stuff, when I bring it out, I'll play it. But yeah, singing's where it's at. I'm a front guy for sure. I might come up with some guitar parts here and there for future Gates of Paradox albums, maybe. I know I come up with some very small little ideas here and there.
Melodies and stuff like that.
Little melodies for the guitar stuff for the Gates album.
Instrumental.
Cool.
Yeah, instrumental. Yeah, and I mean, I usually have Eddy play all that and just spice it up.
Yeah.
If I come up
Some
with some
symphony.
guitar stuff, then I come up with stuff in cursed. Yeah.
I will add to that. There's a lot of times when we'll be writing a song and we'll be throwing some riffs together, and then Dan will be like, "Yeah, can you like write a riff that goes like," and then we'll try to do it. And yeah, so he does even write a lot of music stuff, even if he's just voicing it with his voice. Sometimes he'll like send me a voice message over Facebook Messenger and be like, "Play something like this," and then I'll try to figure out some chords or something to it. Or like at the beginning of Cast into the Sea of Oblivion, you sent me a whistled melody, and I came up with a whole orchestration to his melody.
I have this ear for sounds. I don't know. It's just I have big ears for. I hear a lot of things in my head in the background stuff. Though Zane comes up with a lot of background stuff too. But
A lot of what my job in songwriting is to put to life what Dan comes up with.
basically.
Well, that's cool
Yeah.
though, and it's cool that you have the ability to translate that.
Yeah. In college, I took some music theory classes, and that really had a big impact on being
yeah.
able to take what's in the mind down to actual music.
So Danny, obviously you didn't, or at least I don't hear it. you don't style your vocals after Paul Stanley. Like who did you hear after Kiss that you were like, I'm...
Oh, like I got into all sorts of stuff besides Kiss, like Maiden, you know. I was very big into death metal and thrash, but I didn't really start getting more into power metal until like mid-teens, I would say, would say. But yeah, Scorpions were a big part, but they weren't power metal. You know, it's old heavy metal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up on Scorpions, Boston, Def Leppard.
Okay, Manowar, yes or no?
Yeah, I like Manowar. I didn't grow up on it, but
Yes.
like that. But yeah.
You have to know what you're getting into, though. It's like if you're having a super cheese mac and cheese, you have to know that you're going to have the super cheese before you.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
King Diamond was a big inspiration on high pitched stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a lot of falsetto stuff from him. I try to do everything my own style, but I like bringing some of that old inspirations from certain bands. You know, a lot of people say I sound like a lot of people. You know, Bruce Dickinson, Dio, fucking Paul Stanley, a lot of people.
Like
I'm pretty good with mimicking people's voices in music. When I sing when I'm just singing a cover, I try to sound exactly like them. I've been doing that since I was a little kid. You know, kind of like, you know, people for a long time would grow up like trying to, what do you call it? Mimic the voices of like cartoon characters and shit like that. For me, it was for music artists, like musicians, lyrical vocalists. Sorry.
That's cool.
And I will say that you might not hear the Paul Stanley immediately in his voice, but every once in a while he'll hit a certain note and he'll say a certain word. It's just like, that's pure
I'm going to
Paul
listen for
Stanley.
it now. Are you guys playing any covers at the next show?
Maybe.
There might be a cover or two at the CD release.
I'm not going to say what they are.
It's not going to be really a full cover, probably. It's just going to be a little something small leading into
Like a half and half of two songs.
Revolution Overthrown.
Okay.
Little intro.
Yeah. We'll see. When
I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
We got about like a month and a half left to
Something
see
like that,
release.
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the track that we're playing on the episode. So what's the title?
The track we're going to play is called Cursed Eternity. It's going to be the first single, and this is the first time it's being released into the public. It's this podcast right here.
Oh,
We are
yeah,
honored.
thank you guys very
We
much.
can't wait to hear it.
Should we play the bonus song too?
Yeah, let's play the bonus song.
Yes.
Do it up. Play it up.
Okay. So basically, it all started with a song, a little melody Dan wrote.
It all started with me. And it was just some shit that I would just blabber out of my mouth, you know, from time to time at a buddy's house. And these guys would always hear me say it. And
And then I took his little chorus that he wrote, and I wrote a piano part underneath it. And then we wrote an entire song, and then it ends with a doo-wop. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Huh.
yeah, they came to me with the idea, and they were like, yeah, we're going to write a song about it. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
That was the best. That was like the funnest recording session.
Well, we're intrigued.
Yeah. Excited.
We hope you love it.
We will.
It's something specially delightful.
Very rare. Super rare track.
Remind everyone one last time when and where your release show is.
December 20th, Photo City Improv, the Gates of Paradox album release show.
$8 at the door, and first band goes on at 9.
Be there.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show.
Die.
We'll be playing songs we've never played live before.
Super excited. And along awesome bands, Fatal Curse, Christ, and Gutted Alive.
Oh,
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes.
So we hope to see everyone
They had
there.
a cool venue. Photo City is a cool place.
Yeah.
Yes, we hope to see all of you there. Be there.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We are honored that you let us do
Yeah,
this.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It was an honor.
Thanks, guys.
Very nice.
Time to flap our wings and fly away.
And now it is our honor to play the world premiere of Cursed Eternity.
And now, a secret bonus song.
Sometimes I shit on you, flap my wings, fly away like a douchebag. Cockatoo, drop a deuce, fly away. Just got to fly away. Yeah! Fly high in the sky. Woo! Squawk at them, crack at them. I don't give a shit. Just flap your wings and take a chance. Sometimes I shit on you, flap my wings, fly away like a douchebag. Cockatoo, drop a deuce, fly away. Sometimes I shit on you and flap my wings and fly away. Like a douchebag, cockatoo, flap a deuce, fly away. Squawk at them, crack at them, I don't give a shit. Just flap your wings and take a fucking shit.
Ah, fuck.
You fucked it.
So why don't we start with introductions? So Shane, you go first. Shane.
Shane Knight.
Shane.
Bum, 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 bum,
Ba 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 bum, ba bum, bye bum, bye bum, ba 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 bum, ba bum, ba bum, ba bum, bum.
bum.
Grim dystopian, yeah, they bring the gravy.